Yo, check this out, man.
Copper, listen to this. Have a listen to this one.
So I talked to Keith McMillan about making a video for this little song called Coming Up, and eventually he said, look, you know, you could play everyone and we could have this huge strange band. He said, I know I've got a technique where I can do the lighting and it'll all stay exactly the same, no matter where you stand, no matter where anyone stands, and then we can multiple it all up. The character here, looking with a little Hitler moustache, is the guy out of Sparks. This guy singing is supposed to be Beatle Paul. The guitarist with the glasses is supposed to be Hank Marvin, out of the shadows. The sax players are just any band. The drummer is sort of just a country guy taken vaguely off John Bonham, although Bonzo didn't really look anything like that, but my mateys. And then there's the one sax player who can't quite get it. And there's Beatle Paul on bass. The guitar player here is just any long-haired, I think I was trying to get him to be some long-haired Japanese guy. Well, you see, this is what I mean. It isn't. You know, it isn't anyone particular. It's like Who's Who, you know. Is it Ron from Sparks? I think it's Ron now. It's one of the male brothers, anyway. The Plastic Max was a joke because John and Yoko had a band called the Plastic Ono Band, and I thought, well, if I ever did anything like that, the perfect one would be the Plastic Max. So it was just a take-off on that. So one of the clever bits was to try and get this guy to be out, the sax player who doesn't know the routines, because we rehearsed so that everyone was in sync, and we had to rehearse him. It was actually harder to do to get him out of sync. We had to remember what everyone else had done. They'd all walk forward, so he had to walk back. But it just injected a little bit of comedy into it, you know, a little bit of lightheartedness, and it just made it this sort of crazy band. But I think the secret of why it comes off is Keith McMillan's direction and the technical wizardry of putting all these people, because you think about it, I just had to drum with nobody else there. I had to stand up front with nobody else there. It was a long day, but it was a lot of fun, actually. And I remember Linda had a little photo set up to the side. So she took, I think, 10x8 photographs of every character, which was a nice thing. She took a portrait of every character. And she played both of the sort of female and male-ish female backing singers. Yeah, it was great fun to make. It's nice to know that it's the most popular amongst the fans, because it's one of my favourites.
And when Paul gets a character and does a vocal take, he does kind of lose himself in that and just goes off on this performance, and often he has to hear it back to remember what he's done. He's totally outside of the realm of thought and consideration, just fully involved in that performance.